A new report that was just released by RateHub.ca shows that homebuyers will need to earn at least $129,000 per year to meet the requirements for a mortgage for the average price home in the capital, with a 20% down payment. Let's talk about it. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. My name is Andrei with the Medow Group, and we service Ottawa and surrounding areas, all things real estate. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification for upcoming content. And of course, don't forget to smash that like button. And if you'd like to book a one-on-one call to chat more about the market, there's a link in the description below. I don't need to tell you that the affordability for the average consumer has changed in the last 6 months. And this recent report gets specific with 10 cities in Canada and Ottawa being one of them. The report looks at the income required to purchase a home in Ottawa, with the average home priced at about $650,000 in August. Quick note, the average price includes all asset classes, including detached, semi-detached, townhomes, condos, and so on. The stress test was 7.3% and the mortgage rate is 5.3%. Here is the report titled August 2022, How much do you need to earn to buy a home in Canada? So, using March, June, and August 2022, by the way, March was our peak market here in Ottawa, RateHub.ca has calculated the minimum annual income required to buy a home in Canada's major cities. This chart illustrates how changing mortgage rates, stress test rates, and the real estate prices have impacted the income needed to buy a home. Now, the data that's used in the chart is based on a mortgage with 20% down payment, 25-year amortization, $4,000 annual property taxes, and $150 monthly heating. Mortgage rates are the average of the big 5 banks' 5-year fixed rates in March, June, and August, and the average home prices are from CREA, which is the Canadian Real Estate Association, MLS, Home Price Index, or HPI. Here for Ottawa, you can see the average price back in March, again, which was our peak market, was $728,000. In June, it was $695,000, and August was $650,000. So a big drop since March down to August. You can see the difference there. Now, the change in home price between June to August, so right here, June and August, was $45,000. So again, just in 1 month, a very large drop in the value of homes. Now, the income required back in March for Ottawa was $121,000. Now, back then, the stress test was 5.25%, so that's how much the banks qualify you at to be able to get a mortgage. The mortgage rate was 3.14%. As we move on to June, your income required was $137,000. Stress test, look at that, 7.21%, so much higher than March. And the mortgage rate was higher as well. It went up to 5.21 from 3.14. Now, in August, the average income required is $129,000. The stress test was just a little bit higher, went from 7.21% to 7.3%, and same with the mortgage rate, it just increased slightly, so it went up from 5.21 to 5.30. Now, the difference or the change in income required between June to August was $7,000. So in August, it's actually a little bit cheaper for your income to be qualified for an average price home here in Ottawa. So the reason the income required to purchase a home in Ottawa has dropped $7,500 over the summer, but you will still need to have a 6-figure income to buy your dream home. Also, the reason homes in every city are slightly easier to afford than they were 2 months ago is because rates have remained unchanged while home prices have softened. Ottawa was number 4 out of the 10 cities. The most expensive was Toronto, and the average price of a home back in August was $1.124, and the average income required to be able to get that home was $213,000 income per year. The bottom line, according to RateHub.ca, is even as home prices are decreasing across the country, mortgage rates have been steadily rising in response to the Bank of Canada's rate hikes over the course of this year. Although significant drops in home prices have now managed to offset the rise in rates, leading to somewhat improved affordability, it remains crucial to shop around to get the best mortgage rate available. Here's a recent article titled Average Income in Canada, Does Your Salary Measure Up? And a couple things to note here. So it was posted on July 31st, which I think is a good time frame for the report that we're talking about, since it's from comparing numbers from June to August. Overall, families and individuals saw a 3% decrease in income from $57,000 to $55,000 per individuals on average, as obviously COVID-19 restrictions had a dramatic impact on the Canadian economy. The average Canadian household income for 2022, the rate is about $36.28 in Canada. That equates to an annual average household income of a little over $75,000. And the median income in Canada for Ontario in 2021 was $55,000, and in 2022 it was $52,000, a slight decrease of 5.23%. So you could see how much the average income in our province is versus the income required to be able to purchase the average price home in Ottawa. What do you think? If the Bank of Canada increases interest rates again and there is a stabilization of home prices, will affordability start to decrease again? Or will home prices start to rise as months of inventory or our supply start to decrease month over month? Drop your comments below. Thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one.